All right, guys. So once again, Sneeko and some of his Muslim buddies, including Muhammad Hijab, say something about Jesus that's just outlandish. And these people have millions of followers. So we will reply to the nonsense. Let's check out this video real quick.
What's worse, having sex with a man or believing in Jesus as a God?
Believing in Jesus as God
It's
is
worse.
worse.
Really?
Yeah,
Of course.
because why?
Come on.
Why,
Yeah,
bro? Why?
shirk is the worst thing
Does
you
that
can
mean
do.
you? Wait 1 second. Does that mean that? That doesn't mean anything.
But what if they haven't revealed the truth yet? Because it's like, aren't these people that have
You hear this trash? What's worse, being gay or believing Jesus is God? Do you hear this absolute trash nonsense?
not understood the truth?
Yeah, no, that's
the people that go to hell
No, we're
are the
talking-
ones that have not been revealed the truth.
No,
yet.
that's
We're
true.
just talking about them as
No, but as standalone concepts.
yeah,
man.
standalone.
What's
concepts.
worse, having sex
Shirk
with
or
a-
gay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shirk is the
Shirk, no,
worst
shirk
thing.
is the worst thing.
Yeah,
Why
you're
though?
right.
Why?
Shirk is the greatest sin.
إن الله لا يغفر أن يشرك
But what's
به
the logic behind that?
ويغفر ما دون ذلك لمن يشاء. Allah does not forgive someone who does shirk with him, and He can forgive anything else to whoever He wants. If a Muslim has sex with a man, for example, he can still maintain as a Muslim, but like a heavily sinning Muslim. He doesn't lose his Islamic credentials by doing it. But if he's not excommunicated from Islam if he does that. But if a Muslim if a Muslim commits shirk, he actually leaves Islam altogether with that, you know. So
And one is a crime against humanity. One is a crime against God.
Absolute foolishness, you guys. Like I said before, and I want to play one more video of Muhammad Hijab, but you know, this is on Sneeko's platform, talking about the Lord. You know, he's in complete foolishness. He's lost completely. They had a discussion right there where they said, well, what's worse? Being with another man or thinking Jesus is God? Boy, oh boy. They should have asked, what's worse, being with another man or sleeping with a child? Because that's definitely what their prophet did. He was 50-something years old, and he married a 6-year-old and had intercourse with her when she was 9 years old. That's what their prophet, Muhammad, police be upon him, did. Yeah, that's what they should have asked. I honestly, the lies that are put in their belief about our Lord is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. He wasn't the Son of God. He was never crucified. It's crazy. But then there's truth about the Lord. He was virgin birth. It calls him the Word in their belief. Absolutely outlandish. But check this out. Because he said that, right? You think, you know, he's saying that. But he also said this about cheating on your wife. Good grief. And I showed this like a year or two ago, man, but I just thought it was the perfect opportunity to show it again. Because that same man who was asking those ridiculous questions is the same man on these video clips saying it's okay to cheat on your first wife with your second wife. You can be with you can get a second wife and not tell your first wife. That's okay in Islam. He's saying that's okay in Islam. The Prophet did it. Watch this.
Who love their sisters, who will die for their sisters, will take a bullet for their sisters, but will not share their husbands for their sisters.
You can lie to your spouse. You can lie to your spouse.
So can they lie in the context of, for example, if one says, I sense that you've got a second wife, can he say, no, I don't?
Yes, you can. You can say that.
You can say that.
Yes, I personally believe this is. The Prophet said you can do it.
White lies?
It doesn't have to be white. It can be a black lie. If someone does this,
So you could lie to your wife. This is wild.
White lies?
it doesn't have to be white. It can be a black lie. If someone does this and they get caught, for example, or something happens, or some negative.
Or she just asks him, where were you last night?
Yeah, but even that, he can lie. The man can do it. It's up to the man. No woman can take that right man away from.
So if she says, hey, husband, where were you last night? And if you was messing with another woman, you can lie about it. I mean, all my sisters who are wives, you know what I mean? Can you imagine? Can you imagine the Bible saying that your husband can lie to you and have another wife and not even tell you? have another wife, have another family, have kids, and the Bible saying it's okay. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? My Lord.
Man,
aside from Islam, I think my integrity, my dignity, my, who I am as a person, I would think it's so disrespectful for my husband to go and marry somebody else secretly. That to me is cheating.
Yeah, but your belief thinks it's okay. That's why I'm surprised how Muslims even stay in this. Women Muslims. Blows my mind. It blows my mind. Like, men are promised all kind of things in Jannah. I believe their heaven is called Jannah. All kind of things. But women, boy oh boy, it's like y'all get the short end of the stick. It's crazy.
Even if it is Islamically correct.
This idea of aside Islam, we're Muslims. There is no aside Islam in this discussion. I'm speaking to a Muslim. So there is no aside Islam here. The true religion, which I'm now expected as a Muslim man to follow, is not the religion of Islam. It's the religion of women's feelings. I'm not going to do this. So I'm saying now we go back to the book and the sunnah.
So he's saying it doesn't matter how you feel as a woman, your belief says this is okay. It's not about women's feelings. It's not about what you feel as a wife. Your belief says it's okay. Just like in their belief, it's okay for a man to strike his woman if she continues to upset him, not obey him. He can strike her in Islam. Boy, oh boy.
So the point is this, let me be real, yeah? If you got a good husband, he comes and he says, I want a second wife, all hell breaks loose. And then we blame this man. Yeah, but why are you keeping it secret? Why else should he?
He said because wives will get mad if their husband gets a second wife and all hell will break loose. And then she asks him, well, why are you keeping a secret? And he says, well, what else should I do? How about just not get a second wife? Oh, my goodness. The buffoonery, boy. The absolute foolishness that people can just believe.
When the Prophet, he kept a secret from some of his wives. Yeah. Some scholars, I'm not going to go into detail, but some scholars actually connect this with an incident with Maria the Copt. Lying is not allowed except for three things. One of them is hadith al-rajul limra'ati, that when a man speaks to his wife.
And I take my selfish needs out of it, i.e. me wanting him all to myself. I need to understand them. So I need to sit down and I need to really think about how this is going to affect him.
You see the brainwash that happens in Islam? I need to take my selfish needs out of it, wanting him to myself. So a wife only wanting her husband to be hers is selfish needs. But in the Bible, that's exactly what it says. Let one wife to one man and one man to one wife. That's exactly what it says in the Bible. But in Islam, that's being selfish for a woman. Buffoonery, foolishness, brainwash.
The test to see how Allah is testing her to see how she responds. Yeah. That's, if she decides to do the opposite, which is, throw the divorce card or throw this card, then ultimately she's falling into the act of disobedience.
Thank you.
You hear what's going on with this nonsense? She's saying if a woman wants to divorce her husband because he's cheating on her and has a whole nother wife on Long Island, and she decides to divorce him, she's acting in disobedience. Boy, absolutely mind-blowing.
This is, with all due respect, I'm like your father. Huh? If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. If you are not a man enough to get married to a second woman, don't even dream about it, because
if you're not man enough to marry a second woman, you see the wickedness in disguise? Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Your first will come in your dreams and give you hell. This is a well-known fact. They have the power to get into your dreams.
Can you imagine your husband talking to his leader and his leader saying, are you not man enough to get a second wife? And your husband's like, well, I love her enough. I don't really want a second wife. Oh, he's not a man. He's not a man. He's not man enough. I can't, like, you listen to this nonsense and think to yourself, like, what is going on?
Islamically, there is no problem in a man getting married to another woman in Misyar without the first wife's knowledge. There's actually, I've not seen one solitary difference of opinion in any of the 14 generations of Islam. It's not there.
Which is?
Any scholar saying that, no, a woman needs to know, she needs to tell her, doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's it.
We're talking about the religion of Islam.
That none of you guys are okay with your husbands getting a second wife. Can I just quickly get that out of the way? Sister Swad.
Absolutely not.
You're not okay with it? Yeah. Sister.
It's a no from me. And if you
Okay.
have anything to say it now.
Of course it's a no for them. What in the world?
I won't be happy with it.
Sisters are under the impression that there is a man out there that is not polygamous. Because you guys are monogamous by nature, meaning you just want your husband and you're happy with your husband.
He said sisters are under the impression that there is a man out there. Are you hearing this? He thinks that there can't be men that only have one wife or only want one wife. That's wild.
We are not created like that.
And then he's got the financial thing where he can reduce, he can, if she's being bad, he can take money away from her. This can be seen in this country as abuse. So if she has evidence of that and she's got the state backing, if he tries to impose his masculinity or his Islamic abilities on her, then she can respond in a malicious manner. Which is why I would say that if a woman shows her claws in that way, this is an option of secret, second, whatever you want to call it, I think it becomes a very legitimate.
That's exactly why they banning Sharia law in Texas. Now you get a better understanding on why you don't want Islamic rules or Islamic law in your country. Foolishness. There's different people who do things to their wives, and then when their wives tells on them, as far as in the States, they'll try to bring up Sharia law. That's why Texas is banning it. Are you understanding now? Foolishness, foolishness, foolishness. Just a whole bunch of lost souls that ended up growing in a system, culture, and religion that has pulled them further away from God. May the Lord have mercy on them and bring them back to Him. Hallelujah. Let me know what you guys think of the video. God bless. Shalom.